Hello everyone, this is Ernesto and I'm doing this video for the project 1, which is Wiki. So I'm gonna follow the specifications here as they require. Um, so as you can see, this is my um, code editor, which I'm using Visual Studio, and I have the program already running, which is here and is finished. So um, let's just go back on here on Visual Studio, and this is the program. All right, so as the specifications requesting just the entry page. So when you visit it, um, the main page, which is Wiki, um, you can also put the title in there. So let's just go back on here and let's say if I want to put Wiki but not the title, it's just not gonna take me anywhere. But if I put the name of it, let's say CSS, and it's just gonna take me to the page. And also, it says the view should get the content of the encyclopedia entry calling the appropriate filter function, which is here, which is here. And also, as you can see, I have the entries here to convert um, the markdowns, which, as you can see, these files, they have the MD extension, which is the markdowns. So that was my first thing, um, even though it isn't the last thing to do. So I downloaded uh, pipe 3 install markdown 2, and that's why I'm able to see um, these markdown pages as a HTML. All right, and as you can see, this is the code. Content will get entry title. So every time I enter title, it will just convert this to HTML page right here to the content. All right, so then it says if an entry request does not exist, so let's find out. So let's say if the entry request does not exist, so let's put say help. It's just gonna give me an error. It seems that there was a mistake. All right, and also if the entry does not exist, the user should present with a page that displays the content of the entry and the title. It should be included the name of the entry as well. So error. So now the next step will be the index page, which says update index HTML such that instead of merely listing the names of all the pages of the encyclopedia, users can click on one entry um, name to be taken directly to the entry page. All right, so let's just go back on here. So when the project was provided, there was no hyperlinks. It was only CSS, Django, Git, HTML, and Python, but they didn't have any hyperlinks. So now, since I updated, this has a hyperlink and it will take me straight to the page that I wanted to go. So if we just go back here, HTML as well, um, And since these were provided as markdowns, we are able to see as HTML page, and this is how the code is. So in here I use the index request. So also you need to use the path in order for you to retrieve um, that entry, or to retrieve that page. So this is views, index, name, use, um, which this is the wiki. So every time you put a name on it, it's just gonna take it to that entry. So the layout is this. As mentioned, when this was provided, there was nothing, so I just have to add this, and also the token. Um, so yes, so these are the hyperlinks. So every page is created here, or was created and put it here as a HTML file, as you can see here. And always use the URL entry, or the URL, so they can communicate to each other. So the next step would be on the search. Allow the users to type a query into the search box in the sidebar to search for the encyclopedia entry. If the query matches the name of the encyclopedia entry, the user should be redirected to that page entries. If the query matches the name of the encyclopedia entry, the user should be redirected to the entries page. If the query does not match the name of the encyclopedia entry, the user should instead take into the search results page that display a list of all encyclopedia entries that have the query and substring. For example, if the search query were YTO for Python, then Python should appear. All right, so let's go and check. I believe this is the entry, correct? So this is the entry, and also I'm using as a method, I'm using post, and I'm using these as provided on the hints. Um, what is the here? Yes, by default, when submitting a value in Django template, Django HTML escapes the value to avoid outputting intended HTML. If you want to allow for an HTML string to be outputted, you can do so with the safe filter, as by adding safe. I can't remember what they call this line here. And then after that safe, after the variable name you are substituting, which is this. Okay, so these are my views. This is where I call and render all the HTML pages. This is my dictionary entries, and this is the another dictionary as well, message. That's for the error pages. So this is the error pages. As you can see, I was putting it here, but if we use it this way, it's more efficient. So I just left this here, but of course you gotta call it. You gotta call and make sure you use the parentheses. Uh, anytime you use messages, or if you wanna work with Django, especially Django, you will need to provide a specific um, what would you call, and a specific set of rules that they have. Okay, so now, oh, I have to try that. So let's say if we go back here, okay, so let's say if I wanna put G, it should give me an options of all the pages with G. So let's find it. So Django has a G in there and Git as well. So let's try another one. As the sample here says, why though, it should take me to Python because it has the YTHO, YYTH. And also let's say if I want to put a C, CSS and cappuccino. Well, this page I created, and I'll show you how we create this. All right, so as I was mentioning, um, so click then. Okay, so the new page. Click and create a new page, which is this. And when this project was provided, there was no hyperlinks in here, and it was added. It was added here on the layout. As you can see now, home, create new page, and random page, they are hyperlinked. So this, every time you click it, it will either take me home, which is the index, and this one, create a new page, will take me to the new page, which is here. New, and the URL, the path that I use, new, is new page. Let's just go back on here. Oh no, the layout. Then also the hyperlink of random as well, random page. We're going to talk about this as well. All right, so on the specification says a new page, click and create a new page. And the sidebar should take the user to a page where they can create a new encyclopedia entry. Users should be able to enter a title for the page and in text area. Should be able to enter the markdown content of the page. Users should be able to click button to save their new page. When the page is saved, if an encyclopedia entry already exists with the provided title, the user should be presented with an error. Otherwise, the encyclopedia entry should be saved to this, and the user should be taken to the new entries page. All right. So, which this is the new entry, or this is the page for the new entry. As you can see, I put a title here, just a label, and then the input is the name title, placeholder, enter a title. So every time just enter here, and as mentioned, sorry to interrupt. So this, you have to put this, the CSRF token. If not, this whole form won't work. And as mentioned, it was label, title, the input, the placeholder, enter a title, but the name is the title. And as well, um, the label content, text area class form. In this, we're using Bootstrap as well. Name content, placeholder. So let's just go back on here. This is the search. This is the new page. So this is just the conditioning that I put here for the new page. So if the page exists, it's just gonna give you an error. It's telling you that the entry of the page already exists. If it doesn't, it's just gonna go and take it and save it. Um, as you can see here, the title, the content title exists, or to get entry title, and this is the condition. If the title exists, is not known, return render. So it will take you to that page, HTML page error. Entry page already exists. And then if it doesn't, it's just gonna go. The HTML page will convert the Markdown to HTML title. All right, so let's try that. So if we go back here, all right, so these two pages, I created it, okay? So if we click in here, you can see that, this one didn't save the way I wanted to. Okay, so let's see on this, then the Android did. That's strange. All right, so let's try this. Let's say, let me just search this on here. Let's put Google, something simple. Google. All right, let's just put Google if I know how to spell it. Okay. All right, so now to create a new page, make sure we put this special character, which is a pound, then Google, then the information that we want to provide. Since I'm using Google here, I'm just gonna put this information here, or the web browser. So I'm just gonna put this information here, and when I submit this, I should be able to save it. Okay. So when I submit it, see, Google. Because if you wouldn't put the pound sign, you wouldn't be able um, to see this as a H1 or um, bolded. So you can also edit it and just fix whatever you put, and so yeah, and then oh, I see what happens. Okay, so if we put this in here, okay, so let's try it again. Edit. Here we are. So that's why the other one. Um, so let's say if you don't put this at all, I'm just gonna save it that way. So make sure you put the special character here, and then you will be able to save this. Here we are. So now if we go back on home, if we're gonna find Google, it's in there. So now let me just go back on here, and this should update on the entries. As you can see, this has been updated. So let me just go back on here. Um, it was Control C to stop. Yes. So now let's say if you wanna really sure what's going on with this, you just gotta put git status, and it will tell you what um, what is on track, which is the new entry that we put. So to update this, you gotta put git um, add everything, and then if you go back again in status, it's just gonna tell you changes to be committed. So now to update this, you have to use this command git commit, and that would be new file. You can put anything, but I'm just putting whatever I see here, just just to make it the way it is. So now, since that has been updated, the only thing that I need to do is just to use the push command, which is push u and then origin, which is the web 50 projects 2020 x search, and this should be what? Please make sure the correct access rights. Oh, let me spell this. Origin. This should work now. Here we are. All right, so that's how it works. So now let's go to the next one. Um, the edit page. Oh, I already did that. The edit page on each entry, the user should be able to click a link that taken a page where the user can edit, which I already tried that. Um, if we just go back on here, so if we click, let's say Git, oh, yes, it's just gonna give me an error. Okay, so that's because the server is not running. So now, just to run the service or the server, we just gotta put Python manage py run server. Here we are. Oh, misspell. Okay. All right. So now, oh yes, I shouldn't. Here we are. It's probably 2 pages. Okay. So this one, we don't need this. We just only need this. All right. So if I click, let's say Git, I'm gonna be able to edit this. And if I go back on here, oh, here, what was the other one that I was cappuccino? Yes, cappuccino. Let's try this one more time, which I love cappuccino. Okay, so if we edit it again, then we have the bold letters. All right, so now the last thing was the random page. The random page is whenever we click in here, it's just gonna give me a different page, like a random page. Mobile, Git, Android, so any page. And for that, there's a code here. That's the save entry random page. So it says all entries, put the list entries, random entry, random dot choice, all entries. HTML page, convert HTML random entries, return the render. So this code, it will provide the random pages. Probably there will be a different way to do this, but in this way for me it's working. So probably, oh, I need to update this. All right, so let me just update this. Control C just to get out of there. And let's see the status. Okay, so git add. So this period, it will add everything that you wanna modify or any updates you wanna do. So git the status again, just to check. Okay, git commit, and I believe M stands for message. Modify entries. Cappuccino, Markdown, which is stands MDN stands for Markdown, which is the extension. So now let's check it in. Okay, so I just needed to commit. Um, actually, to push, yeah, push u origin. That would be web 50 projects 2020 X search. Bam. Here we are. Okay, so that's how the project should be, or um, that's how the project is. And so yeah, that would be it. Thank you for taking the time, and have a great day.